first thing I read that was nuts today. How about this one? An RV police chase. Driver identified as a 52-year-old Winnetka woman suspected of DUI. It says this was in Tarzana, Los Angeles. A DUI suspect who led police on a dangerous high-speed chase through the San Fernando Valley in a stolen RV with 2 dogs in her lap has been identified. The California Highway Patrol identified the suspect as Julie Ann Rainbird. And I guess a news media chopper actually captured the whole thing. Just look at this, driving that RV, just running into vehicles. In some instance, there was the dogs that were in the actual RV trying to get out because I guess they were afraid, and one of it did actually jump out. As to why she was, I guess, trying to run away, apparently the RV was stolen and there was something about her committing some kind of identity theft, I guess, like stealing someone's ID to buy other things like a motorcycle, it says here. From what I gather from reading this too, the police pretty much said there's not much they could do other than wait and see because you couldn't like spike the tires or anything like that. This thing was pretty much like a moving weapon. Makes me wonder what people are thinking when they're driving like this, especially in this case with 2 dogs in your lap, driving that fast with an RV. And with the new drone laws coming here very soon, it says Airport CEO Nav Canada boss named to Blue Ribbon Drone Task Force. The heads of the Ottawa Airport Authority and Nav Canada have been named to a task force on tackling the quote critical threat unauthorized drones posed in North American airports in the wake of major disruptions to air traffic at Gatwick and Newark airports. Of course, they have to bring up that Gatwick incident, right? And it says, as drone technology continues to evolve at an increasingly faster pace, airports across North America must continue to adapt to the presence of drones in our airspace just as quickly. While we have only seen close calls in Canada with no major incidents to date, we must ensure that we are prepared with an appropriate regulatory framework that addresses this new threat. Actually, funny enough with this, even though in my opinion a lot of the stuff like with drones in the airports, it seems like it's hysteria with people saying everything they see is a drone. The fact that this one said there was no major incidents to date, only say close calls like in Canada. What about that one where they claimed the drone actually crashed into the airplane in Canada? The one where they stopped investigating and all that. It made me wonder there. It's almost like they just made a big deal about it even though it wasn't proven, and now you're just gonna throw it under the rug. And I was thinking about this for a while and some stuff came up which made me think maybe I should just invest some time to study this and all that. So I think I've decided I'm going to try that advanced test, and I could realistically, from what I gather, pass that test and so forth, no problem, like just by reading some of the materials. But for the most part, it's one thing to understand, like just memorize everything, and then there's another to actually understand what to actually do in the process. So I kind of decided, I guess I'm going to try one of those drone ground schools per se. So just reading some of the things I would have to study, I guess. Things like a radio operator certificate. Now, of course, finance is an issue, and I was thinking before I might as well save up for like a drone or something like that, because obviously the one I have, as you guys know, it's going wonkers and all that. But it's been okay since the repairs, but I think it might be time to get a new one where some stuff are actually coming up where if it goes through, it actually makes sense, as I said before, to upgrade the drone and everything like that. As well, I might get an opportunity to fly in places which would be restricted, so I think I would need a thorough knowledge and all these certifications and all that stuff. And don't ask me which place, because at the moment I'm just kind of going through this more as an experiment too, because I just know it's so commercialized right now, so I'll just see how it's like. Because overall, just based on what I see fund-wise and stuff, like even for those drone flight exams, a lot of them say you have to go through their course first, like spend like, I don't know, $100 just for like a prep exam to figure out what to do, and then pay them another 100 or 200. It kind of made sense just to study, I guess, like a course or a program. And another reason I was thinking too, just like when you guys help me fund the camera replacement, I'm always thinking, what more could I do? This just sounds like the natural next step of this all, to hopefully pass this exam, this advanced process and all that. And maybe in the future, it'll open up opportunities for me to capture different stuff, because I guess just like that media, for example, that approached me, the more I get to do, the more I get to show, I guess ultimately I'll get to expose things, I guess the good use of the drones and stuff like that too. So I guess it's just a natural thing to do, right? So hopefully I'm not gonna get quote scammed by these schools, but we'll see. You guys will follow me along the way, I guess. I'll record what I could. It'll just take a lot of time, because again, if it's gonna be like 8 hours a day studying all this stuff and all that. Whoa, look at that tail. Holy. I'm just wondering if you have an SFOC for that year.
What's that?
I'm wondering if you have an SFOC for that year.
Not right here.
Okay.
Starting June 1st.
This is a controlled airspace, you know that, right?
No, it shows up on the thing if it is.
No, it is. 100%. This is class C.
Right here in this very location?
100%. 100%.
Well, if you're next to a highway or whatever, but you probably know better than I do then. The GPI app.
Yeah, you can't touch that thing even tells you, so you use this, touch this. Do something like this.
Oh, interesting.
Did you pass the test already, the basic?
No, not for that one, no.
Okay, yeah, so even if you have the basic license, you can't fly here at all. You need the advanced license, and then,
really?
Then you have to do all
I
that.
thought that all kicks in June 1st.
It does, but right now with the interim orders, it says you're supposed to be 30 meters away from vehicles. Okay, that was nuts to see. Let alone you can't fly there. There's so many stuff you're breaking, and he's doing it commercially or something like that. He said he was getting a picture of the sign. He's not even licensed. That's why I asked, like, do you have an SFOC and so forth? Wow. And afterwards, I just educated him a bit about it because you don't want to be confrontational or anything, right? But still, holy cow. Didn't expect to see that. Funny enough, as I was talking about the regulations, he kept saying those aren't in effect yet until June 1st. So essentially, he was ignoring all of the interim order laws that are in effect, like in the meantime. Although one question there is, would you think what the guy is doing there was super dangerous? I think that's another question too, because I can only imagine in the future, it'll be really common. He also brought up that point which I said before, if you want to educate people like Transport Canada, because he was saying to me, no, you can fly here, otherwise the DJI app would stop you. So again, if they want to spend their money and stuff and not on those ridiculous, irrelevant questions and stuff on the test, it's helping people to find out where you can and can't fly. Alright, see you guys later.